everybody, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. And of course, if you're looking for Royal Caribbean news, information, travel advice, be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Every Monday, we are live on YouTube recording a brand new video live. So come join us here each and every time we are live. And to make sure you are here when we are live, make sure you subscribe to our channel, turn on your notifications, so that way YouTube lets you know when we are live. And today, I've got 9 reasons, it's actually only 9 reasons, why a Royal Caribbean cruise will always be my favorite cruise vacation, or my favorite vacation in general, because there's so many great, I would come up with more than 9, but these are the top 9 reasons. Number 1, because you can see the world. Royal Caribbean offers cruises to ports around the world, and taking a Royal Caribbean cruise is a great way to experience different culture, history, and of course, have a great time while you're there. And you could easily spend days in any one city, but on a Royal Caribbean cruise, you get a sampling at each stop. And, you know, it gives you a sense of maybe where you want to visit later on a different vacation. But the bottom line is, Royal Caribbean will take you to around the world with a variety of itineraries across 20 some odd ships in the fleet. So, definitely a good one. The next reason, this next reason is really appropriate if you live up north, if you're living in a colder climate where right around this time of year, you're starting to think, it's getting a little chilly outside. So a Royal Caribbean cruise is a great excuse to escape winter. When I used to live in Connecticut and New York, you know what? When winter's really in the middle of things, and having a little escape to a warmer climate is such a welcome change. And while not all Royal Caribbean cruises go somewhere hot, there are a lot of great places to explore on a Royal Caribbean cruise that will certainly warm things up, whether it's the Mediterranean, Caribbean, or even the South Pacific. There's lots of warm, sunny days ahead on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and there is just something so cool, no pun intended, about being on a ship in the middle of winter when all your friends and family back home are freezing and snowing again. You get the opportunity to wear shorts in the middle of winter while on a cruise. Really great thing right there. Next reason why I am a big fan of going on a Royal Caribbean cruise for my vacation is the entertainment. Superb entertainment you will find. Something Royal Caribbean prides itself on board is the entertainment, and it does an exceedingly good job with it. The live entertainment is fantastic. You've got Broadway shows, musicals, ice skating spectaculars, live music, and more to enjoy on your cruise. And what I love about it is every ship is something a little different, and every evening, in the daytime, hanging by the pool, whatever, there's always something going on, and I love how much entertainment is packed into a Royal Caribbean cruise day for you to enjoy. It's really impressive, especially these days when you have, the Broadway shows and new shows constantly outdoing each other. It's incredible to see Royal Caribbean signature activities and entertainment on board. The number 3 reason why I always love, this is 4. I can't even count. So many great reasons why I love cruising, it's always about this in the end, food. Gosh, do I love to eat. And I love to eat on a Royal Caribbean ship. It rarely gets better than the wide selection of amazing food you will find on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Whether it's a elegant meal in the main dining room or a plate of everything you can find in the Windjammer, there always seems to be something terrific served to you at any food venue. And Royal Caribbean's food is more than just, okay, here's some pizza and burgers and, and enjoy that. I mean, you have a wide array of culinary choices to choose from, whether it's French, Italian, steak, sushi, Mexican. There's a ton of great choices there. And, food on a Royal Caribbean cruise is as much the destination as the actual vacation. A lot of people, when you envision a wonderful, relaxing cruise in the Caribbean, you think of something, with down by the water, relaxing. To me, a Royal Caribbean cruise is equally as much all about the great dining that you can enjoy on a cruise. Now, something that I've really come to enjoy, a big reason why I love to cruise, is there is something for the family when you cruise on Royal Caribbean. I've got 2 kids now, and I started cruising before I had children, but now with kids, my goodness, there's something for the whole family on board. And that is really a big reason why we choose Royal Caribbean, because it is a great family cruise line. Whether we're talking about kids, adults, teenagers, grandparents, even jaded friends, there seems to be something that's always up everybody's alley to enjoy, right? And the great thing is, because everybody can do kind of their own thing at times and find something that they gravitate towards, it allows you to vacation together and still spend time together, but also have the opportunity to make sure everyone has something that they like to do. And that, to me, is a big, big deal. And something that absolutely draws me back to Royal Caribbean, even from the very first cruise, still to this day, is the fantastic customer service. I love having someone bring me bread, refill my glass, pick up towels on the ground, turn down my bed in the evenings. That kind of personalized attention is what I really count on when I go on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And I'll tell you, being on a Royal Caribbean cruise means that the level of service you're going to receive is always top notch, and it really does stand out. After cruising a lot, when you get back on land, and whether you're at a restaurant or a hotel, you kind of realize, this is good, but not the same as on a cruise ship. The attention to detail, the desire to constantly ensure you have a great time, it's something that Royal Caribbean does exceptionally well, and it's the reason why I come back again and again and again. Now, something that Royal Caribbean has really built its reputations on as to reason to go on their cruise line are the ability to do things you can't do at home, right? In my day-to-day routines, I rarely, if ever, do a lot of things I get to indulge on a cruise, right? You've got spa treatments, ice skating, learning about full towel animals, rock climbing walls, and more available to do. And you can try them out. Going on a cruise is the perfect opportunity to try a new experience for yourself and push the envelope of what a cruise vacation can be. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with sitting by the pool and simply relaxing every day of your cruise, but Royal Caribbean packs its cruise ships to be destinations in and of themselves, and I love that aspect of it. And it's such a cool thing when you go on a ship that's new to you and you have all sorts of different experiences and things to try, maybe for the first time or maybe for the first time in a long time. Most recently, I was on Anthem of the Seas and I got to go roller skating really for the first time in my life. I think I might have had skates like once before, but first time ever, went roller skating and I didn't fall. I had a great time. The next reason why I love cruising on Royal Caribbean and why Royal Caribbean is the cruise vacation for me is it's an opportunity to create memories. If you were to walk around my house right now, I'd be wondering why you're in my house. But along the way, you would see pictures, souvenirs, and other mementos from past Royal Caribbean cruises. And there's rarely a day someone in my family doesn't bring up a memory from a past cruise. Having somewhere like a Royal Caribbean cruise to visit that time and time again creates fun and lasting memories. And for families, that's such an important thing, right? Whether it's taking formal night photos, whether it's going on a shore excursion and remembering, all the fun we had going down a water slide or going to a zoo or seeing some natural wonders. It's the kind of lasting family memories that really make a difference. And I love that aspect of going on Royal Caribbean. And the last reason why a Royal Caribbean cruise will always be my favorite vacation is at the heart of what cruising is all about, guys, and that is relaxation. I've listed a lot of great reasons why Royal Caribbean cruises are fun, but at the end of the day, like so many other people, I love to be able to just sit back and relax. Royal Caribbean designs their cruise ships for guests to be able to do as little or as much as they want during their day. And sometimes you just want to end up on a lounge chair with a drink in your hand, maybe even taking a nap. Put the drink down before you take that nap. But a Royal Caribbean cruise is about escaping from reality and forgetting about the day-to-day problems from at home. Instead, you get to worry about what activity to do next and where you're going to be eating dinner that evening, right? A lot of great choices, and for me, that is why I absolutely love cruising on Royal Caribbean. And I want to hear from you guys. What is the reason why you love going on Royal Caribbean? What draws you to Royal Caribbean for your vacation? We're obviously recording this video right now live, so I'm going to read some answers in our chat. If you're watching this video on the replay, be sure to comment in the video as well, because I want to hear also what brings you back time and time again. Jane Smith in chat says reality is overrated anyway. You are not wrong about that, right? Storm Prepper Lady likes poolside with a good book. Andy's all about the free self-serve ice cream on the pool deck. Absolutely. Darnetta says the service is awesome. You guys are not wrong on that. A lot of what I talked about, I try to separate out different elements, but a lot of it plays together and does come together. It's the great service. It's all the value of it. Truly tremendous. Kelly Watts says, I hate to sound like it's all I think about, but the deluxe beverage package is the best value at sea. Roz is being waited on hand and foot. Madam, is there anything else I can get for you? It's got a nice ring to it, right? Tiffany likes the fun activities for every age. Yeah, and that's a really great point. Whether it's my 8-year-old daughter, whether it's myself, whether it's my wife, my parents who like to go on a cruise, we find something we all can enjoy. And that's really hard to say because, outside of cruising, guys, there's not a whole lot that all those generations can all agree on to do and enjoy. We can all agree to go somewhere, but inevitably we're always like, oh, all right, well, I'm just suffering through this for my kids or my parents. Now we get an opportunity to do this and really enjoy it. Allison Underwood, what's the furthest you've been away from home on a Royal Caribbean cruise? Do you mean the longest I've gone or the furthest distance? Distance would be Alaska. Longest cruise would be a 9-night cruise. I've done that 2 or 3 times now. So, Earl Zybarth loves the sound of the ocean waves. Ooh, I like that. Will loves making friends his own age. You know what, Will? I like that too. It is fun to make new friends, especially on a cruise ship. And when you're on a cruise, you got something in common, Jennifer Adams says, Royal Caribbean is the best. Everyone is always so nice. What do you suggest to do in Nassau? We're cruising on Navigator of the Seas in February. Nassau is a interesting port to choose from. The most popular thing to do in Nassau is Atlantis. It's a resort. You can buy a day pass there to go to the beach. They have an aqua park you can go to as well, which has water slides. Tons of stuff. It's a fantastic venue. The problem with Atlantis in Nassau is that it's very expensive. If you want a little more economic option, I might recommend the British Colonial Hilton. You can get a day pass there. That's a really nice option. Danielle in the house, where can I buy a lanyard? Not just the strap, but the part of the SeaPass card goes into. Danielle, I would buy it on Amazon or really almost any craft store. They're easily available. Don't wait to book it. You can buy it on board the ship. You're going to pay an arm and a leg for it on board. Lizzie Ames, did you see that the sushi at Izumi is included? No. I think what you're saying, where you're thinking, Lizzie, is the sushi at Izumi is included if you have a dining package, right? But off the bat, on its own, no, you pay for it. It's a specialty restaurant. Tiffany's son, Dylan, says, always the food. See, Dylan, I don't know how old Dylan is, but Dylan is 100% right. At the end of the day, it's always about food. Absolutely. Keith, looking at the sunset and sunrise from my balcony. Sunrise, sunset. Absolutely. It is really cool when you get to catch one of those. Absolutely. Linda, what should you do in Bermuda? You should go to Horseshoe Bay. Horseshoe Bay, no question about it. William, going on Oasis of the Seas in May from Cape Liberty. Can you still order one drink at a time if you don't have the deluxe beverage package and are just paying for it at the time you order? Absolutely, William. You know what? I know we talk a lot about drink packages on here, probably more than we should, but yes, you can absolutely order any drink you want individually. Blake Rowe loves being treated royally. Some of the waitstaff is just great. They even learn your name. Blake, I think that is a vastly underrated aspect of the experience. We were at Anthem of the Seas over the summer doing a 9-night cruise. I was there with my parents, and we had one of the best experiences ever in the main dining room with the waitstaff. Really the attention to detail. It's not even that they're remembering things, like, Mr. Matt likes it this way, and this person likes, have tea with their meal. It's about they really genuinely care. They want you to have a great time, and that shows in what they're doing. So, Julie, I think the other thing I'm most excited about is going to Coco Key. Absolutely. Danielle, you get the same waiter every night. If you dine in the dining room, Danielle, for dinner, and you have traditional dining, yes, you will. Connie Jensen, if you want the all-you-can-drink for one day, can you buy a drink package just for that? No, Connie. If you buy the drink package, it's for the duration of the cruise. You cannot cherry-pick days or simply do one day. Bridget, just back from Adventure of the Seas, miss it dearly. Post-cruise depression is real. It's a real affliction, and you know what? We're here. This is your support group right here. Bethany Lawrence, welcome. Pascal says, the thing I'm most excited about for the future of Royal Caribbean is the October 2020 Royal Caribbean Blog Group Cruise. Woo! Love hearing that, Pascal. I am super excited for that one as well. Pascal is talking about our group cruises, of which you can read more about right over here at royalcaribbeanblog.com/events. Obviously, you see here the logo for Freedom of the Seas, but we also have a Brilliance of the Seas group cruise coming up in October as well. Danielle, never been on a cruise, so I'm most excited about literally everything. Nice! Big Wayne in the house. I've ever been on a cruise for Christmas. I have not cruised over Christmas. I am doing my first New Year's Eve cruise this year, but it's a really fun thing, Wayne. I've heard just great feedback about Christmas cruises because you get a ton of activities to do if you are actually sailing over Christmas. There's decorations, you meet Santa Claus, there's a variety of other things going on as well. Sarika, you are a first-time cruiser. Welcome. Jeff loved being able to see multiple countries in one vacation. Jeff Ryan, that is what drew me to cruising for the very first time. I love the idea that you go to sleep and wake up in one country and then go to sleep the next day and you're in a different country, right? Whether it's the Bahamas, Belize, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, Mexico. It's such a cool way to explore the world. And like I said earlier, get a taste, get a sampling of what these places have to offer. Really, really great. Autumn Sky, the Windjammer, free food and amazing selection on Anthem right now. For those of you keeping score at home, I am jealous. Kelly, any thoughts on the Asian cruises? Amazing itineraries. I'd love to do one day. So, Santiago says, what can you do if you get easily seasick? That's a really good question. A lot of first-timers really worry about that. Certainly, number one thing I always recommend is over-the-counter medication. You can go to Walgreens or any pharmacy by you and pick up without a prescription, medication for seasickness. The most popular one is Bonine, B-O-N-I-N-E. That's by far the most popular option. You don't need a prescription for it. It's very inexpensive. You take it once a day. Works wonders. There's also a patch that you wear behind your ear that automatically dispenses some of the medicine. This requires a prescription from a doctor, so you have to go to your doctor and get that. There's also some homeopathic options as well that you can enjoy. There's ginger, there's bracelets, there's a variety of other treatments that may or may not work for you. Autumn also recommends Dramamine. There's another one, absolutely. Bridget, the seas are really rough. Guest services in the medical center will have seasickness medicine for free. That's also true. And Bridget is right. They will give you free seasickness pills if you need them. But I will also tell you that, always be prepared. Bring your own. You're good to go. Joseph, we just got back from Cozumel and Costa Maya on Majesty. We had an issue with an excursion that we booked through Royal Caribbean. We booked an ATV excursion to Jade Caverns. Well, Joseph, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope that you talked. One of the things I always tell people is you have an issue on your cruise, something that's not to your life, whatever it is, make sure you not only identify it on the cruise ship as a problem, but while you're still on the ship, but get it rectified then, right? Once you get off the ship, it's really hard to get feedback or any kind of remedy to the situation. So, Tony says rum also helps with seasickness. In a manner of speaking. Diana Lynn, how is the weather during the Caribbean? How to pack? Hot, hot, hot. It's going to be warm. When you're going to the Caribbean, Diana Lynn, I would always recommend packing shorts, t-shirts, bathing suits. It's going to be muy caliente, more than likely. Are there pools on Alaska cruise? Absolutely, Sarika. Absolutely. Andy's got a tip. The Sea Pass card is waterproof, so I just put it in my shorts and go in the hot tub and pool with it. Absolutely, Andy. I love that. Rain, can you make reservations at next cruise? Sure, when you're on board the ship, absolutely. You can make another. You can book another cruise while on board. 12th Land Proud in the house. Which do you prefer, Izumi Hibachi or Izumi Sushi? At the end of the day, my friend, I am a sushi fiend. I love the sushi. Hibachi is a very close second, but I will always, always, always have a special place in my heart for sushi first, because that's what it's all about, man. Love sushi. Keith says, do all Royal Caribbean just have the photo package? Pretty much they all do, Keith. If they don't, I'd be pretty surprised. Denise, what months to avoid the hurricanes? Hurricane season, Denise, runs between June 1st and November 30th. So outside of that, that'd be outside hurricane season. Typically, you don't see hurricanes during those time of years. Autumn, is there an app or something to see who's on your ship? No. There is an app, but it doesn't do that feature. If you want to meet other people on your sailing, Autumn, honestly, my advice is to go on Facebook and search for a group. Basically, search for the ship name and the sail date you are on. Bridget, how long does Royal Caribbean give you to do the post-cruise survey? I believe it's like 2 weeks or something like that. There's not forever, but enough time to certainly get it done once you get back. Sophie, have you ever been on a Halloween cruise? I have not been on a Halloween cruise yet, Sophie, but I'd love to do that someday. Mary Charlotte says, I found Izumi sushi to be nothing special when I cruised 5 years ago. What made it special for you? Really, I'm sorry to hear that, Mary. I think the quality is fantastic. I think that the variety of sushi is really good. There's a lot of great sushi to enjoy at Izumi, and I have always found the quality to be very, very good. Certainly equivalent with land-based options. And even, first of all, before Izumi, there was the sushi options were terrible on Royal Caribbean. But I always found that now with Izumi, they've really put attention to detail in the quality of it. I would recommend you give it another try. Maybe order something different. My favorite go-to option at Izumi Sushi, by the way, the DX Sushi Combo. Let's see here. Lizzie created a group on Facebook for the Oasis March 7th, 2021 sailing. Nice! Let's see here. Izumi Sushi is the bomb, Diane says. Absolutely. Jamie, first-time cruiser on Liberty of the Seas, going to Honduras, Belize, and Cozumel. Boarding November 24th. Can I get off the ship even if I don't have an excursion booked? Absolutely, Jamie. Yes, absolutely. Imagine your cruise ship is a floating hotel. Essentially how that works. 12th Man says, does Royal Caribbean Facebook have more information than the blog? Currently, no Facebook. No, 12th Man, it's just different. It's social media. It's a means of which to meet people, but I think on the message boards and obviously what we have in the blog is certainly going to keep you busy. Matt M in the house, nice name. Just got back from a Canadian cruise, first ever. Now have the cruise bug thanks to me. You know, Matt, in the words of Maui from the Disney film Moana, what can I say except you're welcome? Danielle, is it dark enough to see stars at night? Yes. Charnel, hello, Matt. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. Thank you very much for joining us here, Charnel. Mason says, in my opinion, if I had to pick, of course, what in my opinion is the best ship to sail on if you're going strictly for the ship? Oasis class. I mean, the newer the ship, the latest and greatest. To me, your question, Mason, is if you're going for the ship as the destination, you want to go big or go home. You want the Oasis class, maybe even the Quantum class ships like Odyssey of the Seas coming out next year. You want the latest and greatest options there. Daniel. Thanks to your blog, amongst others, I've already decided I love cruising and will already booked Allure for September next year, even though our first is until May on Anthem. To quote Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, excellent. Mike, does Adventure of the Seas still have their cigar room? I'm not entirely sure, Mike. I'd have to check the deck plans on that. Holy moly, AJ Black with the super chat. AJ, thank you for the super chat. And AJ writes, how is Royal Caribbean with people with visual disabilities, for example, large print menus? Good question, AJ. They will absolutely be accommodating for you. Just let them know, hey, when you're sitting down for a restaurant, if you're going to get services for anything, let them know they can absolutely hook you up. UN fighters, are American dollars accepted in Nassau? Yes, absolutely. In the entire Caribbean, guys, they will absolutely take US dollars. For any Caribbean cruise, I don't recommend even exchanging your money into local currency. There's absolutely no point to do that. They'll all take American dollars for you. Santiago, is there an app for Allure of the Seas? Yeah, so Royal Caribbean has an app that's out, and it is available on ships like Allure of the Seas. A lot of ships. There's actually it's going to be eventually fleet-wide. It's pretty close to that right now. But there is an app for Allure of the Seas. Yes, Santiago. If you go to the iTunes store or the Google Play store and search for Royal Caribbean, you'll find it. And if you can't find it, Santiago, send me a message on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I can help you out. And Ashley Wilson adds, if you have a disability, make sure to tell them before your cruise so they can prepare. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dianelin, I'm trying to reserve the Aqua Theater for Oasis of the Seas during Christmas, but the schedule is not in the app. Before you do that, Dianelin, what you want to do, forget the app for a second. I want you to go to Royal Caribbean's website and go to the Cruise Planner section. So you log into their site, you'll go to the Cruise Planner, you will see your Oasis sailing there. That is where you should, and that's where I always go to book entertainment and things of that nature. Caitlin writes, what is the most romantic thing to do on a Royal Caribbean sailing going on a 5-year anniversary with the hubby? First of all, congratulations. Second of all, I would tell you certainly a spa treatment is a great idea. Hard to go wrong with enjoying the spa. You could also maybe do a specialty restaurant, book a nice one, just you and your hubby. Maybe even a couple's massage in the spa. Did I say that already? In the spa. Oh, shore excursion. Do a private shore excursion. That's a really fun one to do. Holy moly, 12th Man Proud with a super chat. You guys are awesome. 12th Man writes, thank you so much for being helpful. The community is so friendly and non-judgmental, especially to newbies like me. 12th Man, I am so glad to hear that, brother, because I'm here to tell you guys, we all have different experiences in cruising, right? I mean, among the people in here, we have a ton of different experiences. I've cruised a lot. There are people in here who've cruised more than me. There are people in here who cruise less than me. But you know what? We all have different experiences we can share. And I've always said about RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, I love the community here. I love the friendliness we have, the supportive nature, and the ability to learn from each other, to share with each other. I love learning from you guys just as much as maybe you enjoy listening to some of this stuff that we're talking about here on YouTube or reading at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. So I am 12th Man. First of all, thank you so much for your generosity. And second of all, it's equally as important to me to hear that you are enjoying your time here. You know what I mean? So Lizzie Ames with the super chat. Lizzie, thank you so much, Lizzie. Lizzie writes, my 3-month-old knows your voice. We love you. It's getting real now. I like that. You know what, Lizzie? My strategy is a lot like the tobacco industry, right? You got to get them young. Just kidding. I love that. I'm glad you're 3-month-old. can appreciate some solid cruise advice right there. And as Julie says, group hug. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Slink Thunder's about to hop on Allure of the Seas. Nice. I love it. Sophie writes, is a spacious ocean view with an obstructive view worth it or just a normal ocean view? On Majesty, I've been to Majesty rooms before. If you can save money with the obstructed, sure, go for it. I would say definitely worth it. Chris is excited about Odyssey as well. Andy writes, the best part of cruising to him is being on vacation as soon as you step foot on the ship. Isn't that a great idea, Andy? Isn't that a great notion? Like when you can step on board the ship and you forget, you don't even track time anymore. Remember when you're at work and you're like staring at the clock, oh gosh, it's only 10, it's 10:30 right now, all right. And then you do some work and you're like, ugh, it's 11:45. Guess I'll go to lunch now. No, I'll wait 15 more minutes, right? On a cruise, you don't do any of that. You just enjoy your time, on board. It all starts to float. In fact, it goes by very, very quickly. Chance Carroll's going on Brilliance in January. Nice, you're on the same sailing as me. I'm looking forward to that. JT wants to know, has Allure of the Seas been renovated yet? No, that'll take place next year, dude. Next year. So we're getting there, but not quite there yet. Bridget writes, are stabilizers used for windy weather or for rough seas? Either or, Bridget. They use the stabilizers, which, by the way, if you don't know what the stabilizers are, on the cruise ship below the water, they can extend these stabilizing wings, essentially. So if you look at the ship at the bottom, there are these wings that can come out there to steady the ship, to kind of brace it, if you will, in the water. And that feature, that function, is on most of the newer ships of the fleet. I mean, some of the older ships, not so much. But it allows it to, in certain conditions, be able to provide a much steadier experience. And they use it more often than you think. Mike Jameson writes, I've been watching you almost daily since we booked our cruise on Independence of the Seas in March 2020. Have you booked a cruise on Odyssey of the Seas yet? First of all, Mike, thanks for joining us here. Second of all, yes, I booked Odyssey for her inaugural sailing in November of next year. I'll probably end up going on, but I'm not sure. Let's see here. We got a question from EC Productions. Is Harmony too crowded? Absolutely not. Hugh, any advice you can give on enjoying Symphony of the Seas? Hugh, I want you to go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com after this video, of course. We have a top 10 Symphony of the Seas hidden secrets, brother. I want you to check out that video. I think you'll enjoy that quite a bit. But in addition to that, Hugh, read a past cruise compass. It's always a good idea to get an idea of what to expect on board the ship. We keep past cruise compasses available for you at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I also want you to pre-plan as much as you can for that ship, especially entertainment. On Symphony of the Seas, you can pre-book entertainment. That's the shows in the Royal Theater, in the Aqua Theater, the Comedian. Pre-book that for guaranteed seats. You're good to go. Oscar, between Symphony and Harmony, which would you recommend? Either or, dude. It's flip a coin, honestly. They're very, very similar. Let's see here. I had a question from Wendy and Donner. Do you have a favorite excursion in Honduras? I do. In Roatan, I recently went to the Mayan Princess Resort that was booked through Royal Caribbean. Really nice. It's a semi-all-inclusive. It's a day pass. It's a resort. You get a day pass there. And there is some food and drink included with it. It's not like totally all included. Like it's like there's a lunch buffet as an example. It's not like order off the menu, but it is pretty darn good. And I think we enjoyed that quite a bit. There's pool, there's the ocean. It was fun. Test Ride, so excited for my first cruise, 87 days till Radiance to the South Pacific. Thank you so much for all the help and advice. You've definitely made me feel more prepared. Love hearing that. Thank you, Tess. Rose Harris, I'll be taking my Digest cruise with Royal Caribbean on Freedom of the Seas in May. Nice. I think Digest is a autocorrect there, but glad to have you here. Ailman, heading into Coco Key tomorrow. Favorite food, brother. There is two things. You want to get the crispy chicken. Go to Snack Shack. Get the crispy chicken sandwich and get the mozzarella sticks. In fact, if you're smart, you take the mozzarella sticks, you stick them on your crispy chicken sandwich. Oh, it's so good. Get them. They're both available at the Snack Shack. Really, really good. Benjamin Wilson says, how many night dining packages would you recommend for a 7-night sailing for someone who's used to food on Celebrity? We don't want to be disappointed in the food in the main dining room. First of all, I love the food in the main dining room. Don't look at it automatically as a step down or anything like that. I think they can definitely do a great job there. I would definitely say a 3-night dining package is probably where you want to start with. You're really looking at, Benjamin, the 3-night dining package or the ultimate dining package. The ultimate is you're eating only in specialty dining. That may be a little bit of overkill. I think there's probably something to be said. I would lean towards the 3-night one, just so that way you can experience some of the main dining room, and then, of course, some of the specialty dining And I feel like that'll be a really good option for you. Theory is here. Welcome. So if you raise the cookies at Skipper's Grill are the best. I haven't tried those yet, but I'll have to try that out next time I'm going there. 5 Trip. What are they doing to explore this season? Will it be like Navigator? Somewhat like Navigator, 5 Trip. We actually have a video on our YouTube channel right here if you want to check it out, detailing exactly the changes coming to Explorer of the Seas. Andy's Oasis still on schedule? Yes. Hello, vlog channel. Lizzie writes, if we show up at the cruise port around 10 a.m. for check-in, when do you think they'll be on the ship? No checked bags. You should be on the ship around 11, give or take 30 minutes. Lizzie, at 10 a.m., the terminal usually opens up for check-in, and boarding usually begins, it could begin as early as 10:30, it gets as late as 11:30. I think it usually begins around 11 or so. So I would expect to be on the ship between around 11 a.m., give or take. Like I said, plus or minus 30 minutes. D2J, 24 days till Independence of the Seas. What is a must-do in Miami? South Beach. Hard to go wrong going to South Beach over there. OC Atkins, is the chat option will be available on Oasis after dry dock? I'm actually researching that right now, OC. I'm looking into that. I've heard some interesting reports that it might be available. I'll be on that first sailing right after dry dock, so I can definitely tell you by that point. But I'm hoping to get an answer before I get on board, if I can. So, Connie, are you sailing on Oasis anytime soon? Yes, I'm going on the November 24th sailing, Connie. So we'll have some live coverage there. I'll be live blogging every day of the cruise. We'll do YouTube videos from over there. Fear not, I'll have lots to talk about from Oasis of the Seas. Keith Bruce, 12 days we sail on Symphony. Nice. Shane, good morning. I guess you're in Australia. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Sammy, are they still doing airbrush tattoos at Perfect Day at Coco Key? I'm not entirely certain, Sammy. So I'm going to go with a maybe. I'm not sure, honestly. UN Fighters, thank you so much for being helpful, especially because it will be our first cruise. We are here to make everybody, or to ensure that everybody has a better Royal Caribbean cruise. That is the goal of Royal Caribbean cruise. And you know what, guys? Sophie Burns is right. We should ask, how many days till your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type it in chat. I want to count down together because I have 20 days till my next cruise. Yeah, 20 days till my next cruise. I cannot wait to go on that ship. Will's got 14 days till Mariner of the Seas. Jamie's going on Explorer in January 10th. Nice. OC at 41 days. Wendy and Donna at 96. Ryan at 34. Loretta at 104. Martin at 200 fits. Or is that days? Maybe 200. Maybe it means 200 fits. Like 200. I don't know. I don't know where we're going with that one. Nancy, 190 days. Tess at 87. Sammy at 46. Four-wheeler in Florida, 300 days even. Chance, 72 days. I love this. We're all getting a little bit closer to our next cruise. Pascal, 28 days. Nice. Lawrence Lindquist, 5 more days. A. Robinson, May 2020. Heidi, 363. Nice. R. Taylor has 400. My goodness, you're winning the wrong end of this competition. Thomas bought a 2-night specialty dinner package for a good price, but had to be used in the first 2 nights. Lost a formal night with lobster and filet mignon. Not a good deal, all considering. I'm sorry to hear that, Thomas. That is one of the trade-offs you make with the dining package. You save a ton of money, but you give up some of that flexibility. So, I guess in the future, you could always, pay individually, a la carte, if you will, for the specialty restaurant. Jason Watkins wants to know, have I done the Dragon's Breath zip line in Labadee and is it worth it? Yes, I have, and yes, I do think it's worth it. It's a lot of fun. It's very thrilling. I was like, it'll be fun. And then I got up there at the top of the mountain, dude, and I was like, this is really tall. This is like a really, intense thing. Far more than I thought. But once we went down there, it was a lot of fun. Loretta, you are very welcome. Loretta, I'm so glad you're joining us here. Always a pleasure to have you in here. 7 best things to do in Nassau: Atlantis, British Colonial Hilton, or Jetline Simulations. You can go over there and actually learn, or go into a flight simulator and pretend to fly a Boeing 737. So you got the beach, you got the pool and beach, and you got something completely different. Those are my 3 favorite things to do in Nassau. OC, you are very, very welcome. Guys, the goal of RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com since day one is to help everybody have a better Royal Caribbean cruise. So I'm so glad to hear that we're reaching that goal, so to speak. Lizzie, your husband's going to Jetline. He wishes he was a pilot. Lizzie, make sure you mention my name over there. They run a great operation. I've been there a couple times. I love it. And Lizzie, when you get back, let me know what flight your husband ends up doing, because I'm kind of a flight sim geek. Andy, thanks for all you do. Very much appreciated. You're very welcome. Glad to have you here. Kathy Drew in the house. Hello, Kathy. Hope you're doing well. Holy moly, Josh Mine. I hope I get that name right. With a big super chat. Josh, thank you so much, my friend. Josh writes, 103 days till Symphony of the Seas. What are your top 2 beach resorts in Cozumel? Also, any suggestions for Costa Maya? Thanks for all the great info. Absolutely. So, Cozumel. My top 2 choices are either Nachikokum or... I'm going to give you 3, dude, because I want to give you 3 options. The 2 beach resorts, Nachikokum and El Cosmolino. We have reviews of that at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Nachikokum, El Cosmolino, both are day pass all-inclusives. Then you also have Paradise Beach, Josh. Paradise Beach it's not all-inclusive, you pay as you go, but for some people, if you're not going to drink and eat a lot, it's actually not a bad idea. So that's why I recommend that one. So we have reviews of all of them at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Paradise Beach, Nachikokum, Nachicocom, and El Cosmolino, Cozulemo. It's basically Cozumel with ENO at the end. Reviews of all of that at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. You have photos, you can take a look for yourself. Now for Costa Maya, without a shadow of a doubt, my favorite thing to do there is to go to Maya Chen. Maya Chen is a day pass resort. It's run by a number of American expats. The level of service at Maya Chen is the best I've ever experienced at any all-inclusive resort I've been to anywhere in the world. Truly fantastic. I highly recommend that a lot. Go there every time. Love it. If you wanted to do something different, say, all right, Matt, in Cozumel, we're doing the beach. We're going to, drink and eat and be merry. I want something totally different in Costa Maya. Then you should go see the Mayan ruins there. That'd be my next thing to do over there. So, four-wheeler love symphony, absolutely. Sammy writes, have you ever done a wines around the world tasting class in Royal Caribbean before? Is it worth it having booked out an Anthem? I have not done it, Sammy, but if you really want to try a bunch of wines, if you really enjoy wine and want to have a great variety of it, I think it's a fantastic choice. Let's see here. Danielle, our hero reservation was rescheduled twice and ultimately canceled on the last night of the cruise. We didn't get to see it. Anything we can ask the cruise line for consolation? No, Danielle. I mean, essentially, the reason why I'm sure they had to change it is because of things out of their hands. Weather, motion in the ocean, things of that nature, right? And it's unfortunately, it happens. But I wouldn't, the answer is you're not getting consolation for it. It is what it is. It's happened to me. It's happened to others as well. But look at it like this. It's an opportunity to book another cruise. And more likely than not, that won't occur to you ever again. Sharon Stockman with another super chat. Holy moly, Sharon. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sharon writes, 48 days till a Christmas cruise on Allure of the Seas. Thanks to the recommendation of MEI Travel. Anyone else going, Christmas cruises are the best. Sharon, first of all, thank you for supporting our sponsor, MEI Travel. Really appreciate that. And Sharon, I think you're going to have a fantastic time on the Allure of the Seas. It's an incredible ship. And to go there over Christmas, I'm doing New Year's Eve, as you're probably already aware. But to celebrate a holiday on a ship sounds amazing. Monique says, what makes you prefer the other resort instead of Mr. Sancho's in Cozumel? Good question, Monique. Having been at Mr. Sancho's, I felt Mr. Sancho's was a little too big. Like, they do a great job with it, but it is a massive facility. And if you were there in a day in which they were like 3/4 full or totally full, I would frankly be concerned about it'd feel too much, almost overwhelming with too many people over there, in my opinion. Now, granted, that's a theory. I haven't actually done that before. The nice thing about Mr. Sancho's also is if you have kids, there's way more for kids to do at Mr. Sancho's than, say, Nachikokum, for instance. But I would also point out that the aqua features that are part of that at Mr. Sancho's do cost extra. So again, it's not that we're really, I would give like Mr. Sancho's like a B+ and Nachikokum like an A or an A-. You know what I mean? It's still very good. So hopefully that makes some sense there. Walter wants to know, any of the ships offer single passenger rooms? Yes, there's about a dozen or so ships that offer some sort of solo room or studio cabin. There's not many of them. First of all, of those ships, on some of them, there's only like, 4 or 5 rooms. Even at the most, I think there's like 20-something rooms that are there. So they're very limited for that option. Certainly a good travel agent can help you out there. And Jordan is here. Welcome, Ann. Glad to have you here. Wirewing wants to know, are kids allowed at specialty dining restaurants? Absolutely yes. Yes. Very, very good question there. Let's see here. I think I'm caught up on questions finally. It's a miracle. Sometimes I'm really bad with this. Joshua Kruger writes, when you get off the ship in disembarkation day, can you walk off the ship? Yeah, what do you... I'm not sure I understand your question, Josh. How else would you get off the ship? Valerie says, won a cruise on Anthem of the Seas in March 2020. Congratulations. How'd you win a cruise? Andy wants to know, are the frozen drinks safe? And Mr. Sanchez was told not to drink the water or ice in Mexico. Yes, it's totally safe, dude. I mean, I think, personally, I'm not a doctor. I think the Montezuma's revenge thing is totally overblown. In a lot of cases, the water's filtered anyway. You're not drinking out of a tap water. It's all filtered there. Lots of people go there, Andy, to a resort like that. Totally fine. I wouldn't even give it a second moment's thought. Kelly says 63 days to your first cruise ever going on EOS, Explorer this season, I'm assuming, not Empress. There's more than one E. But anyway, super excited. Can't wait. Thanks for all your tips, ideas, and information you always give. You're amazing. I felt like I'm prepared. I'll be prepared thanks to you. Well, I am really glad to hear that, Kelly. Thank you for being a part of us here. And guys, when your cruise is over, come home from it. Don't be a stranger. Come on back. Plan another cruise, you know? Yorkshire Lass going on a 50th anniversary first cruise in January on Brilliance. Yorkshire, what date are you going on? Because I'm going on Brilliance in January as well. And congratulations. That sounds awesome. Sammy writes, what's a better show in my opinion, The Flight or The Gift? Flight. The Gift doesn't make any sense. The Gift on Anthem of the Seas, I still don't understand it, quite frankly. Jade, it's Debbie. Sorry, with the YouTube names, it's hard for me to keep track of everything. 12th Man writes, would you recommend the ultimate dining package for our group cruise in 2020? It seems limited to the number of specialty restaurants. Yeah, here's what I would tell you, 12th Man. If you have not experienced those restaurants before, and or you want to do nothing but specialty dining, absolutely. I mean, I love the main dining room, dude, but I've done the ultimate dining package on Brilliance of the Seas before. Granted, it was on a 4-night cruise. Not quite the same as a 7-night cruise, but I think you'll be quite happy with that as well. So, if you got the money for it, sure, why not? Wirewing says, does Harmony or Symphony offer adjoining rooms? Yes, they both do. In fact, I think almost, if not every ship in the fleet does offer some sort of connecting room option there. Sammy, what is the best specialty restaurant to try on Anthem of the Seas? In my opinion, it would be Jamie's Italian. I really like that quite a bit. So, Cruise Addicts, when you're Emerald, they always put water and cookies for every sailing. Yeah, they usually give you some nice little rewards there. Say thank you. Oh, Nancy, self walk off with your bags. Yes, you can do that. If that was the question, yes, absolutely. Mike says, at what age do you have to start paying for a child, especially dining restaurant? So once they are from 0 to 3, they're free. From 3 or 4, whatever, to 12, you pay a flat fee, I think like $10 for them, for kids, right? And then from 13 and above, you pay the same price as you do for adults. Good. By the way, these are excellent questions, guys. I'm really glad to have you joining us here. Loretta says, is it easy to book the chapel on Liberty Seas if you want to renew your vows? Yes, but you need to go through the groups department, the wedding department, or events, weddings and celebrations department. You can't do it on your own, Loretta. You need to book a package, if you will. Roz likes Chops as well. Good specialty restaurant, too. Absolutely. 12 Man, does Brilliance have concierge service? Yeah, dude. The concierge lounge, the suite, which is for suite guests, is absolutely on Brilliance of the Seas. Yes. It's not the Royal Suite class. You're not getting a genie. You're not getting, that level of it. But there is a concierge there. Absolutely. Jane, it's like Stump Matt tonight. Hey, man, I love the questions, Jane. I really do. And I think that it's fun. And if I can answer them, even better. But I'm also not afraid to admit I don't know everything. And if I don't know the answer, I'll say, I don't know. Maybe someone in our chat does. EC writes, where's the best place to get food on Harmony of the Seas? Brother, that's like saying, where's the best place to get food in New York? I mean, there's so many great choices, dude. You got Izumi Hibachi. You've got Sorrento's Pizza. You've got Park Cafe, the Windjammer. I mean, there's like probably 7 options I can think off the top of my head that I'd love to eat at. Nancy wants to know if I've ever done a suite. I have done a suite a couple of times. It's fantastic. If the price is right, like it's not too much more money to move up there, we usually go for the suite. But I'm not like, I only book suites. You know what I mean? I look for what's the best value when I'm booking my cruise and go there. Dillard writes, we're taking a 7-night Best of Japan cruise. Any recommendations? I have no recommendations, Dillard, for you, unfortunately. What I would recommend is you check out my good friend Sherry from Cruise Tips TV. She recently did a cruise to Japan. It wasn't through Royal Caribbean. I think it was Princess Cruises. But you know what? I'm willing to bet that a lot of the advice for cruising to Japan that she did will apply here. There's a lot of universal advice you can discern from a Japanese cruise. So I'm going to recommend you check out Sherry's stuff because I think, honestly, it's probably going to help you out a lot more. Glam says, how about a song? Just kidding. Baby Jug's in the house. Hello, Baby Jug. Do you book Izumi before the cruise or on the first day? For hibachi, I always book before the cruise. If I want to do sushi, just book it whenever you're on board. So, Alan wants to know, how often do I sail to be a preferred member on Royal Caribbean? Well, you know what, Alan? When you take one cruise, after one cruise, you will be in Crown and Anchor Society, which is their customer loyalty program, and you'll reach gold status. And then after that, there's different tiers, just like any hotel program or car rental loyalty program, right? The more you travel with them, the higher, there's different tiers you can reach, similar with Royal Caribbean. Lizzie, your voice put the baby to sleep and the other kids are playing outside. I have a vodka special. Yeah, buddy. All right. This is a compliment that Lizzie's paying me right now. But I'd also point out that I put some kids to bed. That's how boring I am. In fact, Lizzie, you're not the first time. Someone else did something similar once. They were like, you know what, Matt? I listen to you when I have nothing better to do. And it's like, I know what they meant, but it's like, okay. Thank you. Chris Green, the sushi making class is cool too. Chris, I'm glad you brought that up because tomorrow I got a brand new YouTube video coming out on our channel. It's going to talk a little bit about that and some other things as well. A little bit of a hint right there. Walter, how is the Vision class? Someone told me that the food is better on smaller ships. I don't know. No, I would disagree that there's like, food is better on smaller ships and the food on large ships are worse. I don't think that's true. But I think Vision is a fantastic ship. I mean, obviously, there's no Flow Rider. There's no full Broadway show. It's a smaller ship. But still a great experience. I would recommend it. Nathan wants to know, where did the Robin outfit go? Back in the closet. Just be back in storage until next Halloween. Rhonda, recently I saw on another cruise YouTube channel that Harmony is no longer allowing passengers to bring on bottled water and soda. Is that true? No. I don't know where they got that from, but that's totally inaccurate. Dion with the super chat. Thank you, Dion. Dion writes, can you tell me about how Adventure Club works? Yes, Adventure Ocean. It is a children's programming option. When you get on board the ship for the first time, day one, Dion, there'll be an open house usually about 1 p.m. You go up there, register your children, meet the counselors, ask questions. Okay. And then there'll be set times throughout the cruise for you to drop your children off, and there's programming for them in Adventure Ocean, supervised programming. There's on a sea day, it'll be open from 9 to 12, 2 to 5, and then 7 p.m. until late night. It is complimentary up until 10 p.m. From 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., you have to pay an hourly charge for it. It's fantastic. I love it. My kids use it all the time. My kids love it even more than I do. But Kelly McGee with the super chat as well. Kelly, thank you so much. Wow, goodness, guys. You guys are really generous today. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So, A. Robinson, what is super chat? Super chat is basically a way you can like tip. Like if I was like a piano player and I was playing, a long, long time ago, I can still remember how the music made me feel, right? And then you'd be like, wow, that guy sings so well. And you throw like a couple bucks into the tip jar. That's kind of what Super Chat is. It's a way to tip me directly. And it's not required, not obligated. I'm not sitting here with like, hey, throw some bread in my jar here, people. It's it's a completely optional thing that people do to say thank you, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. And there's the song, right? We tricked them into singing. Rhonda says, okay, I should just stick with watching your channel. Hey, man, Rhonda, I hope you understand I'm not trying to like poo-poo other people's content or anything like that. It's far from it. It's a big internet. I love that. But but you can absolutely bring up to 12 bottles of non-alcoholic beverages on your Royal Caribbean cruise on embarkation day. Let's see here. Eric Thomas sailing on Navigator in 14 days. Is it possible to do a group dinner of 14 people, including kids at Hooked? Absolutely. Just book it. Sammy, what are we allowed to bring back onto the ship from the port, specifically Cape Canaveral? Not sure what you mean, Sammy. You can bring on like souvenirs. You're generally not allowed to bring alcohol. They'll confiscate that. Food, generally not. Otherwise, I'm not sure what you mean by, you bring back other stuff. April, do they have a place to put down a small child to sleep in the nursery if the parents are out late? Yes. So if you're in the nursery, which is for children who are 6 to 36 months old, there are beds for them to take a nap in, cribs, if you will. Not if you will, they are cribs. Take a nap in the back over there. I love the nursery. There is an hourly charge to the nursery no matter what time of day, unlike Adventure Ocean. But I'm here to tell you guys, as a parent, I used the nursery so many times. Loved it. It was great. Tony says, thank God we're tipping for advice and not singing. That's the best, meanest thing I've ever heard. Thank you, Tony. I'm loving it, brother. That's funny. Baby Jug's glad to have you here. Appreciate it. Sammy says, I was referencing beverages. If I want to bring the rest of my iced tea or something, am I good or no? Yeah, it depends, dude. It's one of those situations where it depends on who you see. Like, if you come back with, like, a big gulp in your hand, I don't know they'd allow it. If you have a bottle of iced tea in your backpack, probably okay, right? It's really alcohol that they're like, hey, man, don't do that. But at the same point, Sammy, I wouldn't bring back, like, a case of Coca-Cola. That can, generally speaking, you're only supposed to bring beverages on embarkation day. 12th Man says, how does Royal Caribbean decide who gets the upgrade bids if the upgrades bids are the same? I'm not entirely certain, dude. I assume it's whoever puts the bid in first, I would imagine, but I'd be guessing. Dave says, what are the charge for after hours in the kids club per kid? $8 per kid. And Dave, it's the best $8 you ever spent in your life. Tony Diaz says, love you, Matt. Aw, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I knew you were joking, brother. I just thought it was like so on the nose funny. I just loved it. Eric says, can we bring 2 bottles of wine along with the 12 bottles of water in one room? Yes, on embarkation day. Yes. Eric, for both of them, make sure you put in your carry-on luggage. Jay writes, if you already booked your cruise, how long do you have before you upgrade your stateroom? Well, Jay, we just wrote a blog post, like today, dude, on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com on how to upgrade your room, whether you're using the traditional way or through Royal Up. So, you know what, Jay? At the expense of sounding like a shameless plug, because it is a shameless plug, I'm going to ask that you check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. 12th Man, when is Royal Caribbean releasing the 2021 Alaska cruise schedule? Some point this week, dude. I'm not sure when. My expectation is it will show up on the website at some point, maybe late tonight, maybe tomorrow, and then the announcement usually comes the day after. But it's one of those, it's at some point this week. It could be as early, I mean, it could have been, it's obviously not today or right now. It could really be at any point. So, sometime between now and, I'm assuming, Saturday. Mark is on alert right now, and I am extremely jealous. Pat, first cruise. Should I apply for a Crown and Anchor membership along with my husband? Absolutely, yes. You got nothing to lose, everything to gain by that. Absolutely. Tess, can you bring snacks with you on embarkation day like bags of chips and candy? Yes and yes. No problem at all. So, and last question. Sammy writes, what is your favorite main dining room menu on Royal Caribbean Cruises? Dude, brother, love the spaghetti bolognese. I know it's like, Matt, spaghetti and meat sauce, that's what you love the most? Telling you, go on a cruise, order spaghetti bolognese, and then come back here and try to tell me it wasn't amazing. I don't know what they put in it, but it is amazing. So, awesome, guys. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for plenty more Royal Caribbean information, fun, and advice. And if you have more questions, you want to talk more Royal Caribbean, check out our message boards over there at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I know many of you are already members there, including Pascal, Speed Noodles, and 12th Man Proud is there as well. Come hang out with us there on the message boards, and then we'll be back here again every Monday right here on YouTube. Guys, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy. Do something fun, and we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. See you guys.